welcome to the solar system tour. Our objective is going to be for students to be able to learn and identify the planets within our solar system in order from the Sun all the way out to Neptune. But first we're going to actually take a closer look at the Sun. It's the biggest, brightest, and hottest object in the solar system. The Sun is an ordinary average star. It's made of about 70% hydrogen and 28% helium. Because it's so big, the Sun's gravity keeps all of the planets that we're going to be taking a look at within its gravitation pull. In the center of the Sun, of course, is a process by the name of fusion, and that's where hydrogen is being bombarded with other hydrogens, and as a result there's a release of energy, and eventually that energy comes out as sunlight. And of course, all living things here on Earth, 99.9% of all the energy on Earth comes from the Sun. First, let's take a look at the planet closest to the Sun. And for this reason, this planet is very difficult to be seen from Earth. During the day, it's lost within the Sun's light, and it becomes more easily seen around sunset or sunrise. It's about a third of the size of Earth. It has no moons. One rotation equals about 1,407.6 hours. The daytime temperature is a soaring 427 degrees Celsius. So it gets really, really hot, and as you can see, it gets really, really cold at night. So that's the first planet from the Sun, and that's Mercury. The second planet from the Sun is Venus. It's the sixth largest planet. It's about 3/4 the size of Earth, and the surface is rocky and very hot. The atmosphere is completely cloudy. It hides the surface and traps the heat. In fact, up until 1989, it was impossible for astronomers to actually be able to see the surface, but now they've got about 98% of it mapped out because of probes. Venus has no moons. It's the brightest planet in the sky. One Venus day is equal to 243 Earth days, and the atmosphere is mostly carbon dioxide, small amounts of nitrogen and water, and there is no measurable magnetic field. Okay, this is my favorite planet. This is the planet known as Earth. You're probably most familiar with this planet. It's the fifth largest planet and the third planet from the Sun. Liquid water covers about 71% of the Earth's surface, and Earth has one moon. This is the only planet that we know of that sustains life. It has a nearly circular orbit around the Sun. It is the most dense of the terrestrial planets in our solar system. So, with all that being said, Earth has the perfect situation for life. If you take away the moon, life wouldn't be the same. You take away the amount of material and the denseness, Earth wouldn't be the same. You take away our orbit, you're changing things up. Everything had to be just so for life to be on Earth. Earth is definitely special. Okay, next planet is Mars. It's the fourth planet from the Sun. Mars has a thin atmosphere that contains mostly carbon dioxide. Mars has two small moons. As you can see, it is a red planet. It consists of dust storms that last for months within its atmosphere. The southern hemisphere is heavily cratered. The poles are covered with dry ice. If you don't know what dry ice is, it's made out of carbon. It's not made out of water, okay? So that is the fourth planet. It's the red planet. It's the planet that our astronauts and our government wants to go to next. It's Mars. Hey, this is our first big giant gas planet. Of course, they're known as Jovian planets. The red spot, it's Jupiter. It's a huge storm of swirling gas that has lasted for hundreds of years. Okay, it's the largest planet in our solar system. Jupiter makes up 70% of the planetary mass in our solar system. And currently, we've counted 79 moons that surround Jupiter. Right next door to Jupiter is Saturn. It's the second largest planet, sixth from the Sun. It's made up of materials that are lighter than water, and if you could fit Saturn in a lake, it would float. So it's not very dense. It's the second largest planet in our solar system, as we said. It rotates very rapidly for its size. The internal structure is most likely fluid, just like Jupiter, and its magnetic field is 100 times larger than Earth's. Of course, Saturn is known for its majestic looking rings. Just as beautiful as Saturn is Uranus. It's the third largest planet. It's the seventh from the Sun. It's one of the gas giants, the Jovian planets. It's bluish green because of the amount of methane within its atmosphere. Uranus is 4 times larger than Earth and 15 times more massive. The planet is similar to Jupiter and Neptune in that it's completely fluid, and Uranus has about 27 moons. Its tip so far on its north pole, it almost lies in its orbital plane. Now, astronomers and cosmologists believe that perhaps another object, a large object, must have hit Uranus in order to hit it, in order to make its tilt almost sideways. And finally, we have Neptune, which is the fourth largest planet, and it is number 8 from the Sun. Because of its orbits from 1979 to 1992, Neptune was the 9th planet out from the Sun, and like Uranus, the methane gives it a distinct blue color. It's slightly smaller than Uranus, and the blue color is due to the methane in the atmosphere, and Neptune has 14 moons. Neptune has 6 rings composed of dust particles, and as we've seen in the past, these dust particles will end up colliding and perhaps making eventually another moon. And that concludes our presentation for our main planets in our solar system. I hope you've learned a lot. We'll see you again soon.